Welcome, welcome. Let me just quickly get us set up here and we'll jump straight into our angel readings. And off we go. Let's just start with our opening prayer. Oh, great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, so hi everyone, I can see you all. It's so nice to be back with you after an incredible birthday weekend. There's been so many storms up here in Scotland. We've had a lot of flooding and stuff like that, so it's been an adventure. Okay, let me have a look at what we are asking. Whoop. Ooh. Gosh, okay, we're right in there in the deep end. Feel free to post questions underneath. Remember, I'm streaming on a multi-streaming platform, okay? So if you want me to see your name, just make sure that you pop your name in. Okay, beautiful Skylar. I want to know, hi Marcella, I want to know from the Romance Angels of the Abundance and Creator, what strongest belief about love and abundance do I have in common with the two soulmates with which one of them I could marry? We know from the Entanglement and Soulmate book course that you work these beliefs. We will also affect our soulmates. Obviously, the one willing to accept and desire will be based on their own free will. Thank you. Hello. Hi, Seb. Hi, Love and Sunshine. Okay, so if you think about quantum entanglement or the morphogenic field, right? And you understand that we are all an illusion of consciousness and that your soulmate is here and that you are here so that you can create a container called a relationship, right? In which you will become the lights that you're capable of being for the planet. Right? Now, from this space, when you understand that the biggest blocks that we have to being that light for the planet is abundance, right? Is beliefs, is emotions, is traumas. Then when we work on our own beliefs and we are deeply joined, especially on a heart field level, and on a Taurus energetic field level, because the heart's Taurus energy field is stronger than the Taurus field of the mind, right? And when we release those beliefs, we give our soulmates permission to release those beliefs as well and for more love to flow. The problem comes when we release that belief and then we go into a state of spiritual superiority and we're like, well, now I'm better than them because now I have abundance consciousness and they don't. So now we're not a vibrational match. And then we create the block. The reality is that whenever we shift, everybody that's tied to our heart field in particular shifts with us, as long as we're energetically generous enough to send out the same vibration to their higher self. I call them energetic emails, where I send out the information to their higher self under the law of grace with the caveat that if they want it, it will then be activated, not just given, but actually activated in their higher self and in their life for their highest and best good. So when you work on your own beliefs, your soulmate will naturally evolve, shift, and grow. Just like when you do the Theta Healing Basic class, your soulmate gets the activations as well because you're sharing saliva when you're kissing, you're lying in the same bed and stuff at night. So you don't have to worry that your soulmate won't grow with you. They will, just by being in the same space as you, right? It's like being in Buddha's energy field. What you have to work on clearing is the fear that you will outgrow them spiritually, or that your success will require you to let go of your soulmate. And there's a lot of this going around. There's a lot of these beliefs, especially now that they've kind of made even marriage a temporary thing and it's normal to get divorces and stuff like that. That your soulmate has to be the same as you or have the same beliefs as you. And the reality is your soulmate has to be themselves. They came here to be the light that they are in the world, not to be the light you think they should be, right? They are the perfect divine creation. God doesn't make mistakes. So it's getting into that space of working on the part of you that's afraid that number one, you'll outgrow your soulmate. So you can muscle test that. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. I will outgrow my soulmate, right? And then doing the inner work around the fear of doing it yourself, because a lot of us are afraid that we can't do it ourselves, and then we attach onto other people that are not healthy for us, both in business partnerships and romantic partnerships, because we want something that they have, whether that's abundance or whether that's security or whether that's stability, or whether that's a particular level of visibility. That's not love, that's theft, right? Going into a relationship with someone because you want to have a quality that they have and you have no intention of developing that quality, you just want to use them, right? Is not love, it's theft. So it's important that you look at the qualities in you that you need to develop, so that you can grow with that person and that person can grow with you, but also so that you can love them as they are. Right? So we're going to bring in the romance angels, Archangel Raphael and Archangel Shamuel, and just help release our fears that we can't do our divine life purpose by ourselves. Anywhere where we're competing with our soulmate, anywhere where we're afraid of outgrowing our soulmate, let's release all that to the angels now. Some of you have competition trauma coming up from competing with siblings and you're projecting onto your soulmate. Some of you have competition trauma from competing with parents or parents competing with you. So you're competing with your soulmate. So let's release that now as well. Whew. There we go. Okay. Okay, hi Sky. Am I going to marry in my life in the near future and have children with my soulmate? So they're showing me that there's a big block to you around marriage. So you're going to have to do some work around fear of getting married. And it's all those beliefs around it's a patriarchal institution and you'll lose your freedom. But there's some, when I look at marriage for you, it's not that it's not available. It's that there's like a tightening that goes on, and a feeling that like you're going to completely lose yourself. So you're going to have to look at what marriage looked like when you were growing up and basically do some inner child work so that it's safe for you to get married and it's safe for you to have children. It's you are, there's nothing blocking it on an external level. You're good, you're confident, you're good at making eye contact, you are good at nurturing other people. You don't have any problems with fertility when I'm scanning you, but you really do have a fear like that marriage is a prison, that marriage is going to take away your freedom, that marriage is a religious institution, almost like it's like somewhere you go to like wither away when life is over, right? So that's it's something to check in. So let's just unplug from the collective consciousness. Anywhere where you have the belief also that you have to be chosen, it's the man that decides whether or not you get married. Let's release all those beliefs. And replace it with Creator's perspective, definition, understanding of marriage. With an instant heart healing. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Hi, Sky. Long time no see. Well, long time no see too, darling. Thank you for everything. What advice did the angels have for me around romance and life, etc.? Okay, let's do a scan. Okay, so the angels are saying they want to bring in the virtue of acceptance for all of us. I'm going to bring in Archangel Shamuel and Raguel, and the cherubim are wanting to come in super strong as well. So, believe it or not, from a spiritual perspective, cherubim don't actually look like little babies with the most gorgeous butts on the planet. They actually look like giant lions with wings, right? So, we're going to bring in that massive energy because you're going to need to be fierce and accepting yourself. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Okay, so acceptance is a hard one. Acceptance is not saying that someone's behavior is okay. Acceptance is being enlightened enough to accept that love is the only way to heal the situation, right? Coming back to the ultimate truth. Screaming, stamping your feet, passive aggression is not a boundary, right? It's just aggression. Those aren't boundaries, they're just aggression. Okay? Just like worrying is not standards, it's just anxiety, right? Um, so when you get to a certain level of spiritual evolution, you understand that you may not be enlightened enough to be able to accept the situation as it is, but that you need to get there because what you resist persists, right? Once you can accept the person and the situation as it is, then you are free to make a decision from the present moment. And the present moment is the only place that power exists, right? So you have to get back into the present moment and look at the situation. And one of the hardest things to do in a soulmate relationship is ask yourself, if nothing changes, am I going to be happy here? Right? And that's one of the questions Doreen Virtue used to get us to ask ourselves over and over again. If nothing changed, would I be happy in this relationship? Because love is not about falling in love with someone's potential. It's not about falling in love with someone's um who someone could be, or with who they are in public versus with who they are with you. Love is being able to love someone for who they are. Now, this is where it gets really tricky, okay? Because where this place of fixing stops us from being able to be honest is actually with ourselves. Because when you accept the situation as it is and the person for who they are, what you come face to face with is whether or not you can love them as they are. And especially women, we're in that space of like, oh, I love unconditionally. He just doesn't love me. And if he loved me, then he wouldn't behave that way. When the reality is, when he behaves that way, you stop loving him, right? Or when she behaves that way, you stop loving her. And you've been projecting that onto the other person by going, oh, when they behave this way, it's because they don't love me. People behave the way they behave because of their own traumas and their own wounds. It's got absolutely nothing to do with you. They behave the way they behave because of their own trauma and their own wounds. What we project, because we're terrified of owning, is the places where we don't know how to love, right? And then we go, oh, they don't love me because they did this. And actually, it's I no longer love them because they did this. And I don't know what to do. So, can we bring in the angels of courage, give you the courage to be honest with yourself that you've stopped loving a person and releasing the guilt of that. And that's where you have a choice. You have a choice to ask your angels, please teach me to love this person. Or you have a choice to love your to ask your angels to release you from the relationship or to renew the relationship, right? But without acceptance, there's no clarity, there's no honesty, and you can't make a decision from that place because you're making a decision. If you make a decision from the place of fear and a lie, then the result will always be murky at best. All right, and very often you'll know that you didn't actually learn what you need to learn, and then you'll recreate the situation again. So we're going to bring in all the acceptance and the courage. I'm going to bring in the shadow work angels. Actually, oh, my heart. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to check a few of the Instagram ones 'cause I can see you guys bubbling up over here. Let's have a look. Okay. Hi, Sky. Please let me know when I'll be with my divine life partner. Can you please tune in? Thank you. Okay, let me have a quick look. Okay, they're showing me autumn of next year, which means some belief work is required. Let me just ask them what's going on there. Okay, so the angels are showing me it's not belief work. They're showing me that it's actually to do with your soulmate still currently being in a relationship with somebody else that's in the process of terminating. So just be patient. Keep sending them lots of unconditional love every day. This is um, a hard transition for them. It's a lot of heartbreak. So they'll be ready to be in a fully committed relationship by then. Okay. Hi, Sky. Can you please guide me around finding a soulmate? Struggling to connect with anyone after my divorce. It's been years now. Okay, so first things first. Can we just do an energetic divorce for anybody that wants one, but is still energetically married because you have vows and oaths from this lifetime, from your ancestral line, in your DNA, from your religion, that once you're married, that's it, right? And it's for lifetimes. Can we just do an energetic divorce and a tie break, please? Just say yes if you'd like that. And bring in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael to do that. Okay. Hi, Sky. I have something on my right hip slash groin that's closed. I'm pretty sure my mom had it too. What can you see about that? Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, let me have a quick scan. Okay, so the same way that they make women feel ashamed about experiencing sexual pleasure, they make men feel ashamed for loving women. And you can see it with little boys when they have like these signs on their bedroom door, like no girls allowed. And they're taught from a young age that girls are like, especially through religion, that girls are like the devil. If you think about like the Muslim faith, women have 9 parts of desire and men only have one, and women are so dangerous they have to be covered from head to toe. So what this has to do with is looking at why you were taught to be so afraid of where you come from, right? Why were you taught to be so afraid of where you come from and to see pleasure as wrong and to see the love a man has for a woman as wrong? And this creates a lot of distortions, but it's why it's locked inside the groin. It's this really deep religious belief that it's wrong for a man to love a woman, that it will come between him and God. And if you see how many priests are not allowed to get married, right? You can see what they wanted. They wanted to control the families because once a man loves a woman, he puts his family and his children first, not the job, not the church, right? His family and his children first. And if you look at nature, the only time that men are aggressive is when something is attacking their family. So let's just release that from your male ancestral line, the shame of loving a woman and the belief on any level that it was used to put the fear of God into them, because that's the worst kind of religious abuse, putting the fear of God into a child. We're just going to nurture those hurt little boys, sending so much unconditional love. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Let me have another look. The Conscious Wellbeing Company saying, "Hi, lovely. I would love to know when I will connect with my divine life partner and how I'll connect with my divine life partner." Oh, the bottom of it missing. Who is he? I feel like I've been single forever. My love, you've been working like crazy. The angels show me like you've got a bit of workaholic energy going on. And they're showing me that the biggest issue is that you are not making space to go to events. He's a spiritual teacher, and he's actually an author because they're showing me books as well. Um, and he's quite a strong influencer as well. He runs, I think, gongs and cacao ceremonies, potentially even plant medicine ceremonies. But what I can see is cacao and gong baths and these big festival type spaces. So they're saying you have to come out. It's like come out. I'm hearing the words come out wherever you are, and actually let yourself be in your feminine because you're so in your divine life purpose, which is absolutely beautiful. But we need to bring balance so that your masculine and your feminine are balanced, because right now your masculine is too much in control. So we just balance your masculine and feminine energies. And can we also show you that it's safe for you to mastermind your man? So if you haven't listened to Taylor Swift's new song Mastermind, right? It explains how um, she knew the man she wanted, but it's not wise to say in our society. Now, most women are taught from little girls that we're not supposed to want a man, and that we have to hide our desire for men, and it just leads to disaster. You have to know that you want this person, that you can unconditionally love them, that you can deeply respect them. So if a man asks you out and you don't think that you can do any of those things, you've got no business saying yes, right? So it's the energy of actually going, that's a man I could respect. That's a man I could build a life with. That's who I want to be the father of my children, instead of this energy of I'll let them choose me. But it's still that energy of that's what I want, and then staying in that really delicious, magnetic, um, I call it nectar energy, like nectar of the gods energy, where you know that you are the perfect match for them and that you can give them everything that they desire. Um, and it's you know how when you really want somebody, you're making love with them in your head before you even talk to them. It's that kind of energy. You have to let yourself enjoy the process. It's kind of like when you go this is a theta healing thing, right? When you go into a restaurant with theta healing, you can actually taste the different items on the menu. So you can do the same thing with guys, right? You can check in and see which man is the right flavor or the right vibration to build a life with, right? Yes, to make love to, but to build a life with. Can you handle them seeing you with your hair in a mess at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're holding the baby and the kids? Or can they handle you in the middle of a multi 7-figure launch when you're stressed out and trying to serve a lot of people and keep a team together? Can they handle your masculine and your feminine? Do they like all of who you are? And kind of tuning into the different options as they arise. But the first step that's really important is choosing one that you love. Okay. And one that you could really respect, but also getting out, because so much of our time now is spent online, and so many of us work from home. And when we go to retreats, it's mostly female only retreats. So you have to put yourself in different spaces so the universe can do its thing. The way that I found my soulmate was very much like that. Like literally I was my grandma just passed away. I'd broken up with my boyfriend about 2 or 3 weeks before because he hadn't supported me properly when she was dying. And it really broke my heart. And I was guided to go to an angel healing retreat that one of my friends was running. And I remember thinking, I don't have any money. I'm really tired. There's so much to do here. Um, but the guidance kept coming, go to the retreat, go to the retreat. So I messaged her about it, and she said, well, as long as you help with the retreat, I'm happy for you to just pay your train ticket and your room. So I thought, okay, I'm coming. And on the train down, I was still swearing myself off of men, right? I was still really angry at my ex. I was still really angry at myself for not having the right standards, and again, for not choosing men. And I remember getting to this retreat and like going to meditate in the labyrinth because I was so drained of energy. And when I opened my eyes, my soulmate was in front of me. So if I hadn't said yes, if I hadn't gone, if I hadn't followed my divine guidance, we would have missed, and we would have met again at some other point, but maybe without as much time to connect, maybe without any maybe without that kind of magic. So you will, the opportunity to meet your soulmate will always come around again, but it's often to meet your soulmate, the guidance the angels give over and over again is make eye contact, choose someone that you know you can love through their darkest days, right? And you're going to be standing next to this man or woman the day they put their parents in the ground. You're going to be standing next to this man or woman when they're curled up as a ball on the bathroom floor. You're going to be standing next to this man or woman when they face any diseases, difficult ones that come their way, like cancer or Alzheimer's or diabetes. If this is the one, you have to know you can love them through it all, right? So can you love this person through it all? And then you want to look at that energy of um do they have like that magic and that wow factor that keeps life sparkly, that makes ordinary things extraordinary? Because that's what keeps the romance alive. It's not the big things, it's the tiny things, it's the small acts of kindness, right? Okay. Hi, Sky. I am guided into moving to Portugal, and I'm wondering what message the angels have for this. So it's to be done in alignment with my life purpose. Thank you. Okay. Let me have a look. Get Archangel Raphael in immediately, and he's the angel of journeying or traveling. So he's saying he wants to come with you. So we're just going to invoke him into your life now. Okay, and I'm being shown, the angels are showing me to start organizing events in Portugal now and putting them up now, writing the descriptions, writing up the copy so that the abundance is coming in advance of you making the move, because the move and unpacking it is quite tiring. So they're saying do the business stuff now while you're settled. And then they're showing me you're going to make the move end of January, beginning of February, but that your events for the year should be set up and organized now. That's what they're saying. And I'm getting Archangel Raphael, who's the angel of organization, coming in super strong as well. Okay. Okay. Hi, Skylar. I'm starting to get involved with a boy. I'm really liking him, but I don't want to hurt him or myself. I don't know if he is the one. Any advice? Okay. So let's just remove the rose tinted glasses, because relationships require you to be yourself. You can't go in there worried about hurting other people. You have to go in there with courage and with integrity and love. Other people's feelings, as long as you are standing in courage and integrity and love, are none of your business, because then you get into all kinds of manipulation and it becomes an absolute mess. Okay. So the trick is to really find out timescales. So, and this is where stealth expectations come in. When do they want to do something, and how quickly do they want to do it? And then the really nitty gritty details. What do they believe about educating children? What do they believe about politics? What do they believe about religion? What do they believe about organizing a house? Are they an organized person? Are they an adult? Or are they still acting like a child, right? Sorry, I'm still getting over that cold. So you can hear, right, that when you're inside a relationship, you have to go in and be who you are, and then that gives the other person to go to come in and be who they are, and you have to be brave enough to get hurt, right? There's a big difference between pain and suffering. Pain we all feel, often when we're getting to the truth, often especially when we're discovering the truth about ourselves. If you've ever done a healing session, you know that, right? Suffering is when you're trapped, right, in a cycle of abuse that you're perpetuating because of old trauma or negative habits that don't have anything to do with discovering the truth, or the growth pains, right, that come with becoming who you need to be an adult inside that relationship. So the angels are really showing me, be yourself. Of course, care about what the other person thinks, but not enough that it stops you from being honest, right? So can we release that now, please? Anywhere where you're disappearing because you don't want to hurt people, And anywhere where you think that because you got hurt, people don't love you, let's release that. And let's give you the courage to know that you're strong. You know, Marianne Williamson's really good with this. So she once told me a story. I asked her a very similar question once in one of her Course in Miracles lectures that she gave in London for alternatives. That I asked her, but what if I hurt? I said, what if I had a soulmate once say to me, what if I hurt you? And I got my knickers all in a twist and be like, well, you know, what if I do, or blah blah. And Marianne Williamson said for me to respond, she said, don't send that. And I said, what should I send? And she said, send don't flatter yourself. Right? So she said, whenever it comes to conversations like that or situations like that, be a bit cocky, be a bit cheeky, be a bit playful. You're strong. You can handle a bit of teasing. You can handle a bit of passion. You can handle a bit of hurt. You just can't handle emotional or physical abuse. But you have to get into that energy of, authenticity requires conflict, because when two people are being honest about who they are, you're not going to see eye to eye all the time. You're not going to want the same things all the time. And that has to be okay. Otherwise, people start wearing masks and being fake. And then soon there's no love and no intimacy and no connection, right? It's two masks kissing because it's two people pretending to be perfect for each other instead of actually learning to love one another, even when it's hard. Okay, I'm going to bring in the cherubim as well. We're just going to, you guys are really into the love and abundance this week, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Let's keep going. Joanna's saying, how can I be free from my loan/debt now that I'm in freelance? How to attract abundance and money? Okay, so first thing is clarity, right? You want to start with the amount that you would like to make, and then you want to work backwards. And it will show you very clearly, if you want to make this much by the end of the year, how much do you have to make per month, or how much do you have to make within the year? So the first thing is clarity for those goals to be reached. And you have to actually factor in all aspects of the goal, right? So for example, let me put it this way. So for example, let's say you have to make 150,000 that year. You divide that by 12 to figure out how you'd have to make, or how much you'd have to make every month, right? And you would, every time you create a new product, you have to figure out how many of these, right, would I have to sell in order for me to meet those financial goals? And then you can either create a product or reprice your product so that you are then capable of meeting those financial goals, right? But you start where you are. I start at the end and you work your way back, and then you figure out how that aligns with the different products that you have as a freelancer and what you want to sell. How do you attract abundance and money? Trust, 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 trust. Money is a love language, and people can only give love in the presence of trust. The more that you believe that you are going to work miracles for people, and the more that you go out of your way to take care of them and to make good things happen for them, the more money floods in. Right. But if you're in this energy of, I'm not sure if what I have to offer is good enough, then you really have to work on believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, knowing that you have something incredible to offer the world. Right. And then that's what brings in the abundance. Because when you believe in yourself and you trust in yourself, then you have abundance, because that's the vibration that creates it, and it becomes an external manifestation of the inside. Okay. I want to understand the reason for the fear of intimacy in me as well as in my husband. Okay. Archangel Raphael, Creator, show me. Okay. So it's, you both have abandonment wounds, is what Creator's showing me. And then the belief is, like, when you actually get close or you get intimate, then what happens is it's like somebody's going to leave, because you both have a deep subconscious belief that people you love, when you love someone, that they'll leave you. Um, So it's like, then who leaves first? And it can be emotional leaving, or it can be an argument, or it can be a way of pulling back to destroy the intimacy. But you need to have a look at these abandonment wounds. I'm just going to ask for the core belief. Oh, okay. The core belief is love is the ultimate weakness. You might want to muscle test that one. We're just going to pull that belief on all 7 levels and replace it with the belief love is the ultimate strength. Okay. Okay, Love Sunshine is saying, can I ask about my partner? My love, you so can, but you're going to need to get his permission, okay? Because I won't do scans on people without them knowing, especially as it's personal information in front of so many people. But if you ask him and you have his consent, feel free to drop it in angel reading and I will. Okay. Okay, hi Sky. Thank you for this opportunity to have an angel reading. My question is, where and when will I meet my soulmate? Do I have a relocation coming ahead? Yes. Which country is it going to be? You have a choice. You have a choice between Thailand, Australia, and the USA. You have a choice. I also have a money block. What kind of business should I be doing? Thanks a lot. Oh, okay, let me scan. Bringing in the business angels. Let's have a look. Okay, so they're showing me the same thing. You have options, and this is because your soul is healing, like almost like a decision wound. You just don't trust your own decisions. So this is why everything in your life is like choices, right? Choices, choices, choices. Is for you to learn to really trust God when you ask for your divine guidance and follow that divine guidance. Um, It's not okay. So here's what's really happening. On the surface, it's like, what business do I choose? I have a money block. When I'm scanning you, creator's showing me that you think your success is based on what you choose. And then what happens is when you hit any challenge, you're like, I've chosen the wrong thing, and you're going to give up because the ego is setting you up for failure, right? Success is not based on what you choose. Success is based on if you choose what you love. Because if you choose what you love, then you will fight for it. You will stand for it. You will protect it. You will do it even on the days where it's hard to do it because you love to do it. And the journey to growing a multi 5, 6, 7 figure business has challenges. So you need that tenacity and that courage to overcome the challenges that are going to ultimately lead to who you're going to become. Because the whole process of 7 figures, 6 figures, 5 figures, the whole journey into being an abundant entrepreneur is not about how much money you make. It's about who you become in the process of holding that much abundance, not just for yourself, but for others in the world. Right? It's about who it asks you to be in that process. So the question is, what do you love? They're showing me that you love spiritual stuff, but I think you're getting sucked into doing some kind of Amazon business or some kind of reselling business on the side because you don't think you can make money from spiritual things. So your angel's going, please get back onto your divine life purpose. Start being visible. I've had 2 conversations this morning with medical intuitive discovery calls, and both of those people said to me, I'm struggling, and I said, show me your business page, show me your personal page, let's see what's going on. And you couldn't tell from looking at their page that they were healers at all. You couldn't tell that they even offered any kind of healing, period. So you could see how they were sabotaging people from coming to them. Right? So, can we release you from sabotaging making money from your spiritual business by hiding? We're not in the witch hunts anymore. It's safe. Come out, come out. Okay. Ooh. Hi, Sky. Can I get insight from the angels on how to price my quantum hypnotherapy sessions? If I feel that I don't know enough, I'm determined to help the clients to resolve trauma and financiers, but I feel that I don't know all the processes and I'm still learning. Okay, so the first number that came to me when I asked was 555. But the moment that I read the line about not being sure about learning, I heard 222. So what I'm getting that they're saying is start at 222, and then as you feel more confident, let's say you start at 222 and you say this is only the price for the first 10 people. After that, it goes up to 333. This is only the price for the next 10 people. After that, it goes up to 444. And you're then combining your experience and practicing of your gifts as a quantum hypnotist with the increase in your value. You're already worth the 555, but if you don't feel it in your identity, and you know this because this is what quantum healing is about, right? Quantum healing is about not just putting yourself in the situation when you're actually visualizing that future, but being that person. And I remember the first time in an LP that I did a quantum jump, and it was in a Paul McKenna class, and you were literally sitting in that future, stepping into the person you want to be. And they'd say, feel what you feel, hear what you hear, say what you say, do what you do if you already are that person. And you have to feel their feelings, hear their thoughts, move the way they move, make decisions the way that they make decisions, right? Um, so that's what you need for that's what you need for them to for them to make that quantum jump. So it's not that you're not worth it, but you need to feel it. So it might be worth doing a hypnotherapy session for yourself and guiding yourself to the version of you that already knows that she can make an infinite amount of money, right? And that she's unconditionally worthy of abundance, that she's unconditionally wealthy. It might be worth having a look at the part of you that doesn't see being a businesswoman as part of your identity, that thinks, oh, I'm not doing this for the money, as a way of virtue signaling or holding on to that good girl integrity, instead of realizing that doing it for the money and what something is worth are two very different things, right? You can do things for the money, for a million, a billion, and still make good money for it. And you can do things for the money that are like £10, £20, £30. It's doing it for the money comes from an internal decision to put money above what you love. The reality is you don't have to make a choice. So can we release that belief that you have to make a choice? It's only going to hold you down. And anywhere where we're virtue signaling by going, it's not actually about the money. Money doesn't make me happy. Can we replace it with money does make people happy? Trust me. Ever been around at Christmas when a little kid gets what it wants? Money does make people happy. There we go. Money is a love language, just like health is a love language. It's all a love language. Ooh. And can I release the belief that you're not doing it for the money and replace it with it's okay to do it for money? I have creator's perspective, definition, understanding of doing things for money. And mine is the same as creator's. Going to pull all that judgment, that belief that doing things for money lacks integrity. What lacks integrity is not providing the service at the best of your ability. That's what lacks integrity. Oh, there we go. But it's very fair to provide a service or a product in exchange for a sum. Okay. Roberta's saying, what do I need to work on to progress in my development towards my spiritual gifts? Okay, let me do a quick scan. Okay. So they're immediately showing me an inner child wound that that little girl doesn't believe that psychic gifts are real. It's kind of like when somebody tells you that Santa Claus isn't real, somebody told her that psychic gifts aren't real. And deep down, it's made you very cynical. And even though intellectually you understand all the spiritual theory, deep down is a part of your heart in that little girl that's like, well, it's not real. It's really not real. And even if she sees something really like proving that it is, she still goes into that energy of it's just a fluke, it's just luck, it's not real. So let's just send so much unconditional love to that little girl who's refusing to believe her psychic gifts are real because she's scared her psychic gifts are a lie. And can we tell her the truth? Her psychic gifts are more real than anything in this illusion because they are God's love. Her psychic gifts are a pure manifestation of God's love. There we go. Please, Sky, can the angels tell me what to do? I have curses on me or my family. Or do I have somebody in my family on the father side that to do people for money or who did that something on me so that I do not have luck and love? Thank you very much. Look, you don't have to be afraid of magic. You really don't have to be afraid of magic. I'm just going to bring in Archangel Michael. And we're going to pull any curses, anybody that's afraid they might be cursed. Let's just pull it. It takes quite an advanced spiritual person to put a decent curse on someone, which is quite rare to begin with. So let's just command that these generational curses are broken. And we're going to bring in an anointing to break the yoke of the curse and undo it for 14 generations backwards and forwards in time. Breathe. You don't have to be afraid. There we go. God is the power in your world. God is the power in your family. Darkness, evil, curses has no power here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pull off the curses on the money as well. Anyone who's had their business cursed, anyone who's had their family's business cursed, all this jealousy stuff running amok, can we pull all the magic off, please? Thank you. Oof. We're going to place an anointing of increase on your businesses, on your abundance, on your intimate relationships. An anointing of prosperity, of happiness, of increase. Amen. Okay. Whoop, here we go. We pulled over to Facebook. Okay. Also, I don't understand if I am monogamous or not. Well, look, it's not about whether if you're monogamous, you know about it. Okay. And the reason is if you're monogamous, the idea of anybody touching your partner makes your skin crawl. If you're polyamorous, the idea of other people touching your partner or being with you turns you on. So it's actually in your genes, whether you're monogamous or polyamorous. The problem is not whether you're monogamous or polyamorous. The problem is lying about it, right? There's a lot of people that are polyamorous. So if you're polyamorous, you really want to be in a relationship with somebody else who's polyamorous. And if you're monogamous, you really want to be in a relationship with somebody else that is monogamous. In our society, we put a lot of shame on polyamory, and then that makes people want to hide it because they don't want the social pariahdom that comes with polyamory. And then they end up cheating and all sorts because they're having to disown or hide a part of who they are. Okay. But polyamory has been a part of many religions and many cultures and of humanity for a very long time, both from male and female perspective. So, can we just show you that if you're polyamorous, please find a polyamorous partner, somebody that is okay with who you are sexually, please. There we go. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Okay. Hi, I am Preeti. I would just want to know what next step I should take in my healing business so that people know about my healing work. Well, visibility has like three fronts. The first front is teaching. So you have to do it in a way that works with your personality. I like and I'm good at being visible. And so for me, videos come naturally to me, much more naturally than writing or anything else because of my dyslexia and my dysgraphia. So you want to choose a medium that allows you to serve in a way that's in alignment with your personality. If it's not, if you're a person that doesn't like video or doesn't like writing, then you might want to make slides or you might want to make audio recordings, but you need to find a way of serving that fits with your personality and of being visible that fits with your personality, right? And then the next aspect of it is to work on your fear of what other people are going to think and of what they're going to want and of what they're going to say. Because even if you are the loveliest person on the planet, putting your name in magazines, putting your name out to a bigger audience, becoming a bigger fish means this, there are trolls on the internet. There are lots of people that get joy out of drama and out of negativity. So you have to do the work on letting it flow off you like water off a duck's back, and of your self-worth not being on the table. And then the next level that comes up for me around visibility is imposter syndrome. So you want to have a look at believing that only people who have all the qualifications or have been doing healings forever, um, this idea that you don't deserve to be visible, that you have to have been doing healing for like 20 years or, and getting into the energy of you deserve to be visible now. You deserve to be recognized and validated for your work now. And very often you're looking at past life and child trauma, some very often ancestral trauma as well, around jealousy, around being told that you were being arrogant or that you shouldn't be attention seeking. Um, there's a lot of punishment for being visible as a child. So you want to go back and write down the places where your desire for attention, visibility, and your actual pleasure in attention, visibility got damaged or hurt. So let's just ask the angels for an instant healing on that so that you can pull in the fame and the fortune that is what you really want. Okay, there we go. Just gonna do an energy break. Hi, Skylar. Sometimes I feel I take on so much trauma on behalf of the collective to bear. How can I release this? Thank you. You have to shift from a belief that you have to, like, that God isn't healing the collective, to a knowing that God heals everything, and invoking and bringing God's energy in and praying over the collective instead of absorbing their energy. Absorbing energy of the collective, the earth, or other people comes from a belief that God isn't here and that God isn't going to heal them. So then you have to do it, right? Or that God can only work through you. So can we release those beliefs? We're just going to get Archangel Michael to come in and just vacuum you of all this energy you've taken on from the collective and of the earth. And just replace it with a belief that God heals everything. And that whenever you see suffering in the collective and other people, you just have to whisper a prayer and ask the angels to be with them and witness them being healed. You don't have to absorb their energy or their pain, that it wouldn't help anyway. And also to bring in this really deep trust that everyone's curriculum is perfect for them, that everything in life has meaning and purpose, and that they have to go through what they're going through to find themselves. And you have to love them enough to let them go through it. You can hold the space for them, but you have to let them go through it. Okay. Hi, Sky. Can you please scan my body and ask my angels? My right ankle and leg gets massively swollen since June. Is it related to my uterine fibroids? Thank you, my love. You need a liver flush and you need it fast. You really need to start doing some liver flushes. Okay. You're also got a deficiency in vitamin B3 called niacin. You need the kind that flushes. Obviously, it's not medical advice, so you need to go and get tested for B deficiencies. But the Dr. Marcola B vitamin multivitamin pack is the one that I use and the one that I think is decent. There's a few other ones as well. I like Source of Life too, but you need to get your liver clear. It's non-negotiable. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop here, guys. I will see you again from 4 until 5. We're going to be doing love and abundance. The first 20 minutes, I'm going to channel the metaphysical principles, blocking intimate relationships and abundance and how they're connected. Okay, and then we'll do more live angel readings like this. So I'll be back from 4 until 5. Medical Intuitive is filling up fast. For those of you that want to know more or want to have a conversation with me, the discovery calls are an absolute pleasure. I will look into your energy, will remove any blocks that you have, and imposter stuff that you may have going on. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry about how it's going to get sorted. If you're getting guided to come and talk to me, please come and talk to me. I want to talk to you. Every conversation helps, every healing helps, every discovery call helps, and every medical intuitive makes a difference on this planet, okay? So if this is you, then I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good, good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.